Hey, what up? It's Brad with Home Love Construction, and in this video I'm going to answer the question, how do you waterproof a house? Like, how do you keep the elements and water from outside from getting into the house? And there's three major points here. The first one is going to handle 90% of waterproofing situations, but then I'm just going to give you two more because you probably feel like you need it. But if you do this first thing, you will eliminate 90% of waterproofing issues. And I'm talking about water coming from outside the house to into the house. And I'm not thinking about roofing here, right? Roofing is its own separate thing. I'm talking about water from the outside getting in through the walls and windows of the house. So the first step you need to take is paint your house regularly. If you buy a new construction home, you need to paint that thing within the first 5 years. There is no regulation on the quality of paint that needs to be used by builders. It simply needs to be put on the walls. So what you find is they use a paint that has a very low actual, it's mostly water. It actually has very little paint in it. And so what you see is they get a lot of coverage out of it, out of a lot of paint. It's very cheap, and they don't put very much of it on. It's also often sprayed, which leads to a thinner coat of paint rather than being rolled on. So if you have a new construction house, paint it quickly. That is the first protection that your house has against the elements, is the paint on the outside. Most people don't realize this. They think it's just for looks. That's not the case. Paint actually protects the siding of your home from the elements. And because if you think about paint, it really can seal things up. If you've ever like filled a hole with like a dab of paint, you can do that. Paint has some sort of thickness to it. It's a couple millimeters thick, maybe 1 millimeter, but it does actually create a coating around your house. So paint your house. That is the first thing you need to do in order to prevent water from coming into the home. Now, I said if you buy a new construction home, 5 years. Homes other than that, I mean, it says this on the back of paint cans, and you can look it up on Behr or Sherwin-Williams or Benjamin Moore, wherever. You need to be painting your house every 7 to 8 years, realistically, 7 to 8, not 7 to 8. So if you're not doing that, realize that you're opening yourself up for the risk of water coming through the house, especially if you have your house like pressure cleaned or soft wash or something, and it gets a chalky, the paint gets chalky. You've probably seen that before. If you wipe your hand on it and there's a white chalkiness that comes off on your hand, that is a sign, okay, that's an indicator that you need to paint your house. So if you see that, paint the house. It'll help you from preventing water from getting inside of it. Now, I told you I'd give you two more. Those are very simply, one, fill the cracks around your house. If you see a crack develop, and I'm thinking about stucco homes, right? We're in Tampa Bay, Florida, and we mostly service the state of Florida. If you see a crack developing in the stucco, fill it. Even if it's only with a silicone, caulking or something like that, fill the cracks. That really does help to prevent water from coming in. Don't leave cracks open, because now if there's a crack, water can just run right in there. Water will get into a crack if it's left open. And then the second thing is, check your windows and doors for a tight seal. I can't tell you how many people whose homes I've been to who have beautiful wood floors, right? These I remember I was in a 9,000 square foot house. It was probably worth at least a couple $1 million. And they had these beautiful wood floors on the first floor. They had like inlays in them and stuff like that. And at all the doors, because the doors weren't sealed at the bottom, whenever they got a driving rain, water would come in through the doors, and the wood was all deteriorated inside the doors. I was like, this is craziness. It's insane. And now they're needing to refloor the whole first floor because their wood floor is destroyed. And so the way to prevent that is, if there are any gaps around your door, there's things called weather stripping, which goes on the frame of the door. And then there's also under door seals or gaskets, which can attach to the bottom of the door and fill that little gap underneath. It also prevents air from going back and forth, which helps you with your energy efficiency. So those are a couple important points to know about waterproofing your house. The simplicity of it is just seal all the potential entry points for water. If you are looking at if somebody's doing a window replacement for you or a door replacement, any place where the frame of that window or door touches the actual house itself, if there's any gaps, they should be filled with either a caulking or a foam around the windows and doors. It's a very important point. I've seen it not done. It always, always, always leads to leaks in the future. So very important point to quality control that and make sure that there's not future damages due to, I mean, that would kind of be a construction defect. So that said, I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button below. If you have a project that you're looking to do on your home, please go to homelove.construction and you can find all of our options for helping you there. Thanks for watching. See you in the next vid. Peace.